Hello and welcome to Lesson 18, pages 148 and 149. This is a song titled My Daughter Elissa in the Level 1 book. And this song is continuing to review our new bass clef notes in our grand staff A and B, but this song also has a couple other of tests in it as well. For one, we see the return of our pedal mark, which we haven't seen in a little bit. And this song also reviews whether or not you remember how to play middle C in either the right or the left hand. And it gets pretty tricky. It kind of between measures is having you switch. For sometimes you're playing middle C with the left hand, sometimes with the right hand. So you want to make sure you catch all of those. Don't worry, I'll review all of it with you today. Okay. So remember, we have the treble clef and the bass clef, and this is a brace here, and all together that creates our grand staff. So that means we're using our right hand and our left hand. Let's not forget our time signature. We're in 3/4 time today. 3 beats per measure makes a measure. A 4 means a quarter note or a walk note, so it means, hey, there needs to be 3 walk notes or 3 quarter notes in every measure for it to be a measure. But look here, students, this says measure 1. This says pre-measure 1. Remember, I like to call that a pickup to the song, or our classical term, the anacrusis, is another name for it as well. But this is a pre-measure 1 or a pickup to the song, and it only has 1 beat. Well, where is the missing beats? There's 2 more beats we still need. Well, if we look all the way over here at the end of the song, you can see that there is a half note in measure 16 worth only 2 beats. So that is where the missing beats went from the beginning of our song. So the pre-measure 1 just means we're coming into the song on a different beat. Usually we start on beat 1, and I can just say 1, 2, 3, here we go. A, 2, 3, E for 2, A, right? We could just count like that. But because we have a pre-measure 1, there's only 1 beat. It means that we're going to start on beat 3. And I'll draw you a picture so you know what I mean. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then on beat 3, you're playing this A. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, A. And then we end up back on beat 1 again, okay? So this is just on the 3rd beat of our count in. And I give 2 measures for us to count it. I say 1 group of 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'll say 1, 2. And that's when we land on this A, okay? So there's our pre-measure 1. But before we get too much further into the beginning of the song, let's talk about the notes that we're going to need. Actually, we can jump to our pedal mark quickly too. This is the pedal mark, and notice it says pedal down right here and then pedal up because it ends at the end of the measure. So you're going to press the pedal down with your right foot and hold it until it's time to release the pedal and lift it up at the end of measure 4. You might say, well, which pedal am I going to use? If you have, if you're using a piano at Piano Lab, or if you have a real acoustic piano at home, you're going to use this pedal over here, the far right one. Is the one that you're going to hold. We call it the damper pedal or the sustain pedal, okay? So that's the one you're going to hold down. If you have just one pedal that plugs into your keyboard, well, that's the one. It's the one that you're going to need. If you don't have a pedal, no worries, you can still practice this. Just pretend by pressing your right foot down when you're supposed to and lifting it up when you're supposed to as well. Okay, now that we've talked about our pedal mark, our time signature, our pre-measure 1, let's talk about the notes we need in this song. So we can find that out by looking for our finger numbers. Right here it says finger number 3 is on A. So that's my left hand, so I'll do finger number 1, 2, 3 is on A. Under my group of 3 black keys, 1, 2, 3, the 3rd white key. So there is where my finger is going to go. And in the right hand, we are also going to use finger number 3, 1, 2, 3 on E up here. And I'll just circle that really quick. Here's finger number 3, it says, on E in measure 2. So we have finger number 3 here and finger number 3 here. Now look at this, you guys. Our finger number 2s, and my finger number 2 in the left hand's on B and the right hand's on D. But look, our thumbs are kind of sharing middle C. Well, you're going to need them to for this song. You're going to want to kind of change which one you're using. And you can have one off the piano and one on. But look here in measure 5. This middle C is lower on the staff. It's closer to our bass clef. So that means we're going to use our left hand to play it. I'll draw a little L under here to help you remember that. And this middle C is closer. It's higher near the treble clef. So we're going to use our right hand to do it. So I'll just draw a little R here to help us remember. And then over in measure 8, it's back in the left hand again. Whoa, so kind of a tricky one, but we are trying to remember that rule of when do we use our left hand, when do we use our right hand. And I've written you just a little cheat sheet for now. I'll erase it when we do our full performance of the song. So let's start with the first line. We're actually just going back and forth between the notes A and E. So remember, we have finger 3 on A in the right hand, finger 3 on E in the left hand, and you can just put your fingers on every other note that's next to them. And then we have our thumbs on C. Okay, I'm going to start with my left hand thumb on the C because that's what I'll need in measure 5. But we're just going to do the first 4 measures. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we'll go forward, okay? Let's try it at a steady beat. It's just A and E. I think you can handle it. Here we go. Oh, and don't forget to press and hold the pedal. My goodness, so much that we need to be doing in this. And I'm just going to go ahead and hold down the pedal before I play. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, A, 2, 3, now measure 2, E, 2, A, 2, 3, E, 2, 3, and off. And when you were cutting off, make sure you lift your right foot up off of the pedal as well. Very good. Okay, moving to the second line, we have no pedal, so we don't have to worry about that, but we do need to worry about all of these notes. What we're going to do is we're going to practice by saying the notes out loud, not really worrying too much about the notes, or excuse me, about the rhythms. But I'll go ahead and say the notes now so we know which is which. So right here, we're just going up one note at a time, A, B, C. And here we go down one note at a time, we're doing E, D, C. Remember that C switches from right hand to left hand. And right here we have a B for 3 beats, and then we play D, C, B. Okay, so we're going to take this really slow. We're not going to worry about the rhythms because I want to make sure we understand when to use our right hand, when to use our left hand for middle C. I'll just say 1, 2, go, starting in measure 5. 1, 2, go. So we're going to say A, B. Now this is C with the left hand thumb. C. Now we're going to play E with finger 3 in the right hand for measure 6. Go. E. Down to D. D. Right hand thumb plays C. C. And now left hand finger 2 on B. B. 2, 3. Measure 8. Now D. D. Left hand thumb on C. C. B. That is tricky, everyone. A, B, left hand, E, D, right hand, B for 3 beats, D, left hand, C, B. Okay, really practice that in your practice slowly. Make sure you know which hand you're supposed to use. That is a tricky one, back and forth. Okay, let's try it at a steady beat, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, second line, play, A, B, left hand thumb, C, E, D, now right hand thumb, B, 2, 3, D, left hand thumb, B. Very nice. Now, a tip, I'm going to go ahead and actually erase the right and left hand marks now. A tip to remember is that when we move to the second page, you need to press down that pedal again, so make sure you're ready for that. This song takes a lot of coordination. I really feel the Marian Cole book is testing us on that right now. You'll get it with some practice. Remember, this is a lot of things to think about all at once. We have our pre-measure 1, we have our pedal mark, we're switching fingers for middle C. I mean, that's a lot to keep track of on top of reading and playing the correct rhythm. So don't worry, it'll take some practice. All right, so now I'm going to place my right foot on the pedal again, And let's try to play the measures 9 through 12. We're just doing A's and E's. We're just going to give it a shot. Here we go. 1, pedal down. 2, 3, third line, play. A, 2, 3, E for 2, A, 2, 3, E, 2, 3, and pedal up. Great work. Moving to the last line, we are repeating some of the same pattern that we see in the second line, and we play that A, B, C just like in measure 5, and we play left hand on middle C, and then we're playing the same thing that we played in measure 8, except look how it's different, everyone. D, C, B, but look, this is D, C with the right hand and then a B. Okay, so I'll label this for us for now. Left hand, right hand. They switched it up from measure 8. And then in measure 15, we play A, and this is a dotted half note tied to a half note. And that means that we're going to hold it for 5 total beats. Because remember, that's what that symbol is. It's a tie symbol. And ties, just like tying your shoes, it ties the beats together. So we have 5 total beats. Let's practice by saying the notes out loud in the left hand, and then we'll try our first full performance. Whoop, bump my camera there. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Nice and slow. We're going to say the notes with me. Here we go. So we'll say A, B. Now left hand thumb plays C, then D, right hand thumb plays C, then B in the left hand, then an A for 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wow, let's try that at a steady beat now. 1, 2, 3, last line, play. A, B, left hand thumb, D, right hand thumb, B, A, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're done. Great work. Let's go back to the beginning of our song and try My Daughter Elissa from the beginning. Hands ready. Don't forget about the pedal at the beginning, so I'm going to go ahead and press it down and hold it. And don't forget about our pre-measure 1. Our counting is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I am going to leave my left hand thumb on C to start the song because that's the first thing I play it with in measure 5. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, A, 2, 3, E for 2, A, 2, 3, E, 2, 3, pedal up, A, B, left hand, C, E, D, right hand, C, B, 2, 3, D, left hand, C, B, pedals down, A, 2, 3, E for 2, A, 2, 3, E, 2, 3, measure 13, A, B, left hand, C, D, right hand, C, B, then A, 2, 3, 4, 5, and off. Great work on completing My Daughter Elissa, and I will see you on the next song.